that's watching. Matthew here. So today I'm going to be streaming, as you can tell by the screen, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist of the Roses, an exclusive game for the PlayStation 2. Now, I have a varied history with this game. I've been playing it for a long time. It's one of my favourite games on the PlayStation 2. I'd also possibly say it's my favourite Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, although I like nearly all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Games that I've played, so I mean there's not much in it between most of them, to be honest with you. So anyway, let's just get straight into the game, shall we? So I'm going to skip the introduction if I can. I'm not sure if you can. If not, I'm just going to try and go for it as fast as possible. Yeah, I don't think you can skip it. So it just tells you the story of the game. It's set in the 1480s. The whole game takes inspiration from the War of the Roses, which is obviously part of British history, to do with Henry Tudor and Richard of York. In this game, all the different Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters take the role of, real life people. For example, Yugi is Henry Tudor, and Heshin from Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories is Richard of York. As you can see here, is Margaret Beaufort, who is actually Yugi's Henry Tudor's mother, which that's quite odd, but anyway. Basically in this game you're a duelist from the future who has been summoned to the past to help out. The only difference is you can actually choose whose side you're on. So as you can see here, we've just been summoned to Stonehenge by Simon McMoran. And basically he wants your help to help out Henry Tudor, and obviously you don't have to go with him. You don't have to choose to side with Henry Tudor. So we've got to input our name now. Now the interesting thing about this is your name actually affects the deck that the decks that you can pick from. We're going to go with my actual name. I know it's the same every time. If you input the same name, you will get the same decks. So I sort of do know the decks that I'm going to be given. But obviously you guys don't, because I haven't played it with my name before. But we'll just go with this and we'll see what happens. It is indeed a fine name, Simon. Thank you very much. So yeah, the situation is 1485. We're in Stonehenge near Salisbury in England. So Henry Tudor is the Lancaster side, and obviously Richard of York is the Yorkist side. The red and white roses. Henry Tudor's the red rose, Richard of York's white rose. The Yorkists are actually winning the war, and Henry Tudor, aka Yugi, has actually been forced to flee to France. Basically they want you to help out. That's pretty much it. Simon was just talking about the history of dueling and how it's slightly different to the previous game, because this game is actually a sequel to Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories on the PlayStation. Although it's got completely different gameplay, it is actually an official sequel. In Japan, it's literally just called Forbidden Memories 2. But obviously we've got a different name for it. We've got the Duelist of the Roses, which I think is actually a cooler name, because obviously the whole thing's based around War of the Roses, so to call the game the Duelist of the Roses is quite smart in my opinion. We've been offered to play a practice duel. I'm not going to play a practice duel, because the practice duel alone takes about 40 minutes. And there's just no need to do it, because obviously I already know how to play the game. So let's choose our deck. I'm probably going to pick the deck that I have played before, just because I know the stuff that's in it. I know that's sort of boring, but I'd like to sort of go with what I know, although it could be fun to choose a different deck. To be honest with you, this is the deck that I want to pick. So as you can see on the screen, it says what the attribute types are, what the races are, and my deck leader and the average level of the monsters. So out of these 3 decks, the deck that I'm picking has got the highest average summon level. So in other words, it's got the highest, the average is the highest level of monsters. So I've got more 4 and 5 star monsters. The main attributes are Wind, Dark, Light and Earth. The main races are Winged Beast, Spellcaster, Dragon and Beast. There's a reason that they're actually more favourable than some of the other classes, but we'll get onto that in the when we start playing the game. My deck leader is Birdface. The deck leader isn't overly important because you don't actually battle with Deck Master, but all the deck leaders have different abilities as you level up. Anyway, let's pick that deck. So here we're about to have a very infamous introduction, and of course it is none other than Seto Kaiba. Well, in this game he's called a Rosenkraus. Fun fact, when I played this originally I thought Seto had a pet dragon. Nope, that's actually just part of his armour, which is actually pretty awesome when you think about it. So, an introduction is needed. He's the leader of the Yorkists. Not much more you can say about that. So, basically he just wants the red cards, because there's 8 red cards and 8 white cards, I believe. On their own they do nothing, but if somebody manages to collect both sets, apparently they'll be able to use powers to resurrect something to help with the war. Simon just thinks it's going to completely destroy the world. You know, there might be some merit to that. Obviously when you're at war though, you know, all's fair in love and war, as they say. So Seto's just interested in getting the red rose cards. But obviously Simon's not that stupid, he's split them up between his top, you know, generals, I suppose you'd say. So that's the whole premise of the game. We have to go around collecting the rose cards off of duelists. I'm not going to give away whose side I'm going to pick. You can play both sides, obviously not at the same time, but you can go and play through the game again to pick a different side, which is which is good, to be honest. That's the only way you should do this sort of thing. Simon is just assuming that we're going to side with him. Actually, maybe it's more hopeful than anything. Seto suggests quite a reasonable thing to let me pick, seeing as it's my, you know, fate at stake, I suppose you'd say. So Seto wants me to side with him and the White Roses and the Yorkists, sorry. Whereas Simon wants me to side with Yugi, the Lancastrians and the Red Roses. Now, there is no such thing as good and bad in this game, because, as a lot of people have actually said in the past, Simon has summoned you to the past. You know, completely without your permission. He's sort of kidnapped you in a way. You know, you had no say in it whatsoever. Whereas Seto offers, if you collect all the red rose cards for him, he offers to send you back to your own time, which is, you know, that's the good thing. That's the fair thing to do. So realistically, there isn't actually a good and bad side. For this playthrough, we're going to side with the Yorkists and Seto. The reason for that is, well, there isn't any specific reason. It's just I feel a lot of people always side with the Lancastrians. So I just wanted to be a bit different. So Simon's sort of been captured, I suppose you'd say. So Seto's talking about how Yugi, or Henry Tudor, is located in France, and Seto's going to send us to collect all the Red Rose cards from the Duelists. And that's literally that's sort of the whole premise of the game. So here we go, he's sent me off. Go do some work, he's basically saying. So, the first duelist we actually have to face is Taya at Windsor. Now, there's the whole map of England here, although you don't use like the top half or Ireland. This is France. We will be going there at some point. Obviously we started at Stonehenge, so let's go through the sort of layout. So obviously there's my name, there's the deck I'm using, the level of my deck leader, my deck cost, how many wins and losses I've had, how many rose cards I have. Over here we have deck customization, save the game, settings, and just help. I'm going to turn on monster battles to abbreviated so the duels don't take hours. Basically, in this game, when a monster attacks another monster, you can play a little cutscene with them fighting each other. They're quite cool, but they do take a lot of time, so we're not gonna worry about that. Help we don't need to save yet. We could go look at our deck, but I haven't got any cards to add yet, so after the first duel we'll have a look at our deck. For this playthrough I'm not going to be adding any cards with the password feature that is in the game, so we're going to be playing purely from the cards we start with, which makes the game a little bit more challenging. But we shouldn't have too many problems with the first one or two duelists, but after that I'll tell you why it can get a bit challenging. But let's just get on with the duel, shall we? Let's see what Taya's got. The Rose Duelist, you dare betray the hopes of Prince Yugi. I'll teach you a lesson you'll never forget. Somehow I don't believe you because you're the first person in the game, but I admire the optimism. Right, so this is the layout of the game. It's sort of like a chessboard really, although it's a bit bigger than a chessboard. It's just a grid. My deck leader, the enemy deck leader, different terrain, so there's meadow, mountain, just regular terrain. The graveyards, different options. You can surrender, you can end your turn. You obviously have to end your turn. Top left hand corner is the enemy, top right hand corner is me. To summon monsters you have to put them out in one of the squares. You can only go round by one square each. You can move the deck leader if you want, which is all part of strategy. And these are the cards that I've drawn at the start of my turn. Now we got some spell cards here, so we got Mountain, which we could use, which I might actually use first of all. We have another spell card here, Windstorm of Attica, I think it's called. It boosts the attack and defense of all winged beasts on the field by 600, which is actually pretty good because we have winged beasts. And we have Kurama, which is quite a weak monster, but it's obviously only got 3 stars. We have a vastly stronger monster, Blue Winged Crown, another winged beast, and we have Fire Yaru, which is a pyro. Now, in this game there is fusion, but it's not like regular Yu-Gi-Oh games. You literally you fuse types and you can fuse specific cards with each other, but it's majority types. Now, we're actually going to play the mountain card first, because mountain boosts Dragon, Winged Beast. I think that's it. But obviously most of my deck is Winged Beast, so we're only going to benefit from the mountain terrain. And I don't think Taya has any Winged Beasts or Dragons, so we are purely benefiting from that move. So I'm going to end my turn now, and we'll see what Taya has to do. Right, my turn. So, Taya has summoned a monster, and it's coming straight for us. So, we need to be able to defend against this monster. So, I'm going to move forward 1, and we're going to hopefully fuse a monster together to beat her monster. So, we're going to fuse a Winged Beast and a Pyro, and this should make quite a powerful monster, if I remember my fusions correctly. If I don't remember my fusions correctly, this is going to go horribly wrong. But I'm almost certain this will fuse correctly. So yes, they have. And we fused those two to make Crimson Sunbird. A very powerful monster in its own right. 2300 attack points and 1800 defense points. That's its base stat. However, because it's a Winged Beast and the card is on mountain terrain, it gains a 500 boost to both attack and defense, making it even stronger. So we should be able to beat Taya's monster with absolute ease now. And we absolutely destroyed it. So Taya lost the life points. She lost 1300 life points, which was the attack difference between my Crimson Sunbird and Taya's monster. Obviously, once either you or the enemy goes down to 0 life points, you either win or lose the duel. Now, the first few duelists, they aren't very smart. They will make a lot of mistakes, so we haven't really got to worry about. We haven't got to worry about, you know, losing at the moment. So I honestly thought they were going to fuse, which is a bit annoying. But unfortunately they didn't, as you can see, and we actually lost Hitatsumi Giant, which is a bit annoying. So that's a very weak card, so we're going to have to get rid of that. But luckily enough, because my Crimson Sunbird is on mountain terrain, which is advantageous terrain, you're actually allowed to move twice 2 squares in pretty much, you know, back and forth or to the side. You can only move 1 diagonally, unfortunately. But that's still quite reasonable. So we're gonna put a bit of pressure on Taya here. We're gonna move our Crimson Sunbird right next to her and see how she reacts. It will be quite interesting to see. So she's powered up a monster. I don't think it's going to be, well, for starters she's put it right in the corner, but I don't think it would be anywhere near enough to beat our Crimson Sunbird, so I don't think we have to worry about that. So what to play here? I'm going to fuse the Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress #1 and this bat, and it should make Machine Warrior. Machine Dragon, sorry. Oh, Metal Dragon, okay. Now, even though it's actually got dragon in its name, it's actually classed as a metal machine, sorry. So unfortunately it doesn't get a boost. But it's still 1850 attack points, which is, you know, that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, sorry about the title, guys. I didn't change it before starting the stream. So hopefully people aren't coming here for Spiral, although I imagine they are because of the title, but hopefully you stayed for Yu-Gi-Oh! So we've got another spell card, and this one increases the power of just one winged beast monster that I choose to use it with. Now obviously I can't use it on Metal Dragon, so I'm going to have to use it on my Crimson Sunbird. Unfortunately I can't really reach my Sunbird, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to bring Crimson Sunbird back one, summon the spell card, and we get the 500 boost, which brings it up to as much as it would have if it was on its mountain terrain, which is pretty good. So it's just straight up ignoring my Sunbird because it knows it can't. Okay, this that's quite okay, right. Now that was a flip spell effect from one of Teia's monsters, Gyaku Tenno Megami. Now this effect is, when it is flipped, it increases the attack of all your monsters by 1,000 if they were below 1,000 to begin with. Now you can work out maths with this. Because the monster has to be below 1,000 attack points, the maximum attack it can possibly have is 2,000. Which means I should be okay with my Crimson Sunburst still, and it's very likely that I'm probably not going to, you know, my Metal Dragon should be okay as well, hopefully. But just in case, I've moved my Crimson Sunbird back onto the advantageous terrain so it can attack the monster on the right. And we're gonna just put a card down to see what the attack of this monster is. We're using this as fodder just to see what this monster is. And I'm gonna go back a bit just in case it all goes horribly wrong. So she's rightly put that into defense because whatever it is, it was nowhere near as strong as mine. Okay, so Dancing Elf, right? 1800 attack, which is absolutely insane when you think about Dancing Elf's base stats. Dancing Elf's base stat is only 300 attack, so it's had 1500 points of, you know, boost. Now I'm in a bit of a conundrum here because I can defeat her Dancing Elf with Metal Dragon. Unfortunately, after that, her Megami is going to destroy my Metal Dragon. So I have to think about this very carefully. I am going to put down my Dragon Scroll and I'm going to try and transform that. Its effect is, if you flip it faced up in defense, after 3 turns it transforms. So we're going to have to hold off till then. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move my Metal Dragon back and I'm going to attack Dancing Elf with my Crimson Sunbird. Because I don't really want to lose my Metal Dragon. And we haven't got to worry about that card because she's put it in defense. I don't think we're going to get a chance this duel to direct attack because I'm gonna win by just taking out another monster pretty much. She's running away. Can't say I blame her. Right, so I am going to move Metal Dragon over here, and I should be able to finish Taylor off this turn. Yep, I think that's enough. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. She's got very little life points left. And we... no, I can't attack. No, it's not enough. I'm going to put out Crimson Sunbird, Skull Redbird, sorry. I'm just going to put it there. Next turn I'm going to activate my spell to increase the attack of all my winged beasts. Obviously Metal Dragon doesn't get affected unfortunately, but we haven't got to worry about that. So she's putting that monster in. Okay, she's increasing her life points. Nope, they're getting attack boosts. Right, okay. It's still not enough though. And with my spell card that I'm about to use, actually I'm going to wait one more turn. I'm going to put down Monstrous Bird. I'm going to destroy her Megami this turn to get rid of it, because I don't want to have to deal with it. And next turn we'll boost all three of those winged beasts, and that'll be pretty much oh dear. Okay, this could be trouble. Okay, no, it's still not strong enough. I was getting a bit worried with those power-ups. So my scroll has just transformed into a different monster. Yamadron. It's a dragon, so it gets a boost on mounted terrain. It's literally just lost its mountain terrain, which wasn't very smart of it. Or it's my fault, I suppose. Let's power up my winged beasts. So yep, all three of those have been powered up. So they are, you know, vastly stronger now. So I can move that all the way up. I'm going to move that all the way up. And I'm going to move that there. So I've pretty much got Taya completely cornered now. She can't go that. She can't move that way because I can attack. She can't move forward, and she can't move that way because I can attack. So I don't know what she's going to do really. She's going to try. She's going to get rid of her monster. Okay. And that's the end of her turn. She wasn't. She was completely stuck there. Nothing the computer could do there. So I'm going to destroy this monster. Very weak. Skeletal Angel. Weak card. What? That was an effect, but I don't actually remember what the Skeletal Angel's effect is, so I better have a look at it. If a card has been played from the hand in the turn when this card is destroyed, the owning player can play one more card from the hand, okay? So, right, okay, that's not really helpful to me, but we'll go with it. The reason that I'm trying to destroy more cards is, at the end of the duel, the cards that you've destroyed, you can actually win from your opponent. So obviously you don't want to just win the duel defeating like one monster, because you just won't get anything for it. So Doma, the Angel of Silence, that's a reasonably strong card to get. So it was worth destroying. We're going to wipe out both those cards this turn and finish Taya off. Or maybe not. Winged Angel of New Life. Right, Winged Egg, sorry. Taya is actually she'll probably try and attack me, so I'm just going to move over here because I don't want to risk a direct attack on myself. Right. I could have beaten her 2 turns ago, but as I said, I want to get the cards to actually win them. So let's destroy this. Another winged egg of new life. Destroy multiple of the same card means that you're more likely to obtain that card. So it's not necessarily bad if you destroy multiple. Oh, that's a very strong winged egg. Okay. Right. 3900 attack. That egg isn't messing about, is it? Wow. Okay. I'm a bit surprised by that. I'm guessing that's the monster that got about 3 power-ups. Wow. Well, we can't destroy that egg, so we might as well just go for the win. So that's it, we won by direct attacking. Good game. Now we have one of the more important bits of the game. So after you win a duel, you get to play the graveyard slots. So all the monsters that we destroyed are reeling around. You literally stop all 3 reels, and if you get a different one each time, you get 1 copy of each card. Now, if you somehow manage to stop 3 of the same, you get a special card, but you also get 1 copy of the 3 that you managed to, you know, match. Now, it's the easiest way to get 3 of the same is obviously just destroy the same monster 3 times and pretty much nothing else, but that's easier said than done. It's very unlikely I'm going to be able to match them, but we'll see what I can get. I'm going to hopefully try and get Doma, Megami, and the winged egg, or the bow and arrow. That would be nice. So let's just wait. Let's try and time it. Okay, so we've got 1 winged egg. Now, because the winged eggs are actually together, we have a sort of more increased chance of matching 3 winged eggs here. But you have to be really good at, you know, matching the cards. Oh, this is tense. Okay, so we've got two of the same. Ah, unlucky. So we got a winged egg and a bow. That's unfortunate. So our first opponent is beaten. I guess I lost. It pains me to know that I lack the strength to protect my lord and love. And we obtained our first red rose card. On to the next duelist. But before we look at him, we're actually going to go into our deck and have a look. So, this is our deck on the right hand side with all our monsters in it. And on our left hand side we have cards that we've obtained. Obviously the greyed out ones are ones that are in our deck, and the ones that are bright are, and let's say new, are obviously new cards. So we've got Winged Egg of New Life. Reasonably okay stats. The Silver Bow, again, 500 attack boost to any fairies is pretty decent for the start of the game anyway. So let's see about getting rid of some of the less good cards in our deck, shall we? So let's go all the way down to the bottom. So we got a lot of meh cards here, to be honest with you. Like, the bat's okay, it's a machine, we obviously can fuse that with the dragon. Hain's not too bad, I suppose. There's a reason that I'm keeping weak cards like Dancing Elf and Witch's Apprentice. Pyros we want to keep to fuse with Winged Beasts. Spellcasters, I'd like to make a spellcaster deck, but at the moment we just can't really do that, so I'm gonna get rid of Lucky Trinket, I think. And I'm also gonna get rid of Dejin, the Watcher of the Wind, and I'm gonna add our new egg and our silver bow. That's all for now. We only obviously got 2 new cards. Now the thing with, you have to have 40 cards in your deck. Now the thing with deck cost is you can only duel someone if your deck cost is lower than theirs. So Taya's deck cost was 933 and we had about 800, so there was no problem there. Tristan's is 1149, which is very high, and we've got nowhere near that, so we haven't got to worry about that either. So as you can see, our next opponent is Tristan, or in this game he's called T. Tristan Grey. In the actual series he's Tristan Taylor. In Japan he's Honda, and he resides in London. So how about we duel him? Hold it, you're the one they call the Duelist, right? If you want to go any further, you'll have to face me and my Crab Walker strategy. I've got no idea what Crab Walker strategy is all about. Tristan's got nothing to do with crabs in the actual series, so it's totally random. Now this is quite an interesting field because there's nearly like every type, and it's in a horizontal line. We want to be able to reach. Oh, actually, we haven't got mountain. That is that's unfortunate. But we'll have to make do. So, let's have a look at what we can do here. We've got a few winged beasts, a beast and a fairy. Now, the fairy is important, but unfortunately we haven't got any cards that we can fuse with it. So, we're going to have to improvise here. I'm gonna get rid of Hain just because it's quite weak, and I'm gonna get rid of Kurama, and I'm gonna get rid of Harpy Lady as well. Oh dear, that just fused. Oh dear, that was unfortunate. That could have if I'd known those two were gonna fuse, I definitely would not have added Harpy Lady on. Okay, doesn't matter. Right, so now we have a Pyro and we have a Winged Beast. Unfortunately I can't summon either Winged Beast because I haven't got the stars. Every turn your stars increase by 3 up to a maximum of 12. When you're fusing, you only lose the amount of stars as the highest star monster in the fusion. So if I fuse with Winged Crown and nothing higher, we'll lose 4 stars. I've only got 3, so I can't do that this turn, so we're just going to have to end our turn. Okay, so Tristan's sort of moving things apart. We're going to fuse Monstrous Bird. No, we're not actually. We're going to fuse Blue Winged Crown and Wings of Wicked Flame, and I'm sure you'll know what the card we're going to make is. Crimson Sunbird. Now we're going to move it forward. Now we have to get over this wall because I'm pretty sure Crimson Sunbird will get minus attack on the water because it's a fire attribute. So hopefully we can get it over the water before Tristan attacks. Oh dear. Okay, that's not a problem. We're going to fuse these. I don't think it's going to make Crimson Sunbird because neither card has over 1600 attack. But Yeah, actually, it's probably not worth me risking it, to be honest with you. So I'm going to put that in defense, and I'm going to wait till next turn. It's not worth the risk. It might, if it doesn't make a, it might not even make a monster stronger than Harpy Lady. So we definitely don't want that happening, do we? So we're going to fuse Monstrous Bird and Fire Yaku to make Crimson Sunbird. And we're going to move that. Sunbird doesn't actually lose attack and defense on water, which is actually quite good. I wasn't 100% sure if it would or not, so I'm actually really happy to see that we didn't. So what are we going to do now? Right, well for stars we don't need that. That's a winged beast. Let's just put down that and that. We'll just leave Baby Dragon here. Crim can't move anymore, so I'm my turn. Okay. Right, we're going to get into the thick of it here. I'm in the middle of 3 different cards. Right. Okay. Now, I'm going to fuse Dancing Elf and Spirit of the Winds. This should fuse to make a monster, however, some of the fusions in this game are a bit hazy. Okay, it did fuse. That's good. Right, okay. I can deal with that. And it's a fairy type, which is actually very useful. We're going to attack. Okay, that card was pathetically weak. Okay, right. Tristan's barely got any life points left already. So, he's got even less now. Literally the next attack I do, Tristan's lost. So hopefully it's a good card, because otherwise we're not going to get anything good from him. Let's power up our Dark Witch. Put her forward, bring Baby Dragon back, because it could get attacked. Move Crimson Sunbird up. And actually let's just attack and see if we win. Yep, we've won. Okay. Not too bad. There's a couple of monsters in there that are reasonably good that we could get. Rude Kaiser and Neo the Magic Swordsman. And because obviously we didn't destroy too many cards, we're more likely to get them. Now unfortunately the rest of the slot machine actually gets filled up with fake traps. So we don't really want to get them because it's just a basic, you know, it's just a nothing really. So with a bit of luck we don't get any fake traps. But you never know. Let's just try and miss the fake trap, shall we? Okay, we got one Rude Kaiser. That's pretty good. Oh, we got a fake trap. Damn it. Okay. Let's see if we can get the Neo. Oh, we got another Rude Kaiser. Unfortunately, you only get one. It's still quite a good card though. I don't believe it. You beat the crap out of me. Oh, puns. And we obtained our second red rose card. So, let's go and have a look at Rude Kaiser's stats, shall we? 1800 attack, 1600 defense. That's a pretty good card. We're going to have to put that into our deck. So let's sort out our deck. What are we going to get rid of? Let's just get rid of the bat, shall we? It's so, you know, it only fuses to make Metal Dragon, and honestly it's just not worth it. We'll put that in and put Rudikaiser in. Fake Trap is pretty much useless. The only thing it does is nullifies Harpy's Feather Duster. Which is, it's just not really going to be used, so there's no point. No point having it in the deck whatsoever, really. Now, the next duel is going to be a very interesting one because we are actually going up against Margaret. She's got lower deck cost than Tristan, but that literally does not matter whatsoever. We're going to be fighting her at Canterbury, which is actually the closest place on this map to where I live, which is quite interesting because I live about here on the map. I live about here. Anyway, let's get on with see how we do. So, you're the one who betrayed those who summoned you. I guess I'll have to show you the error of your ways. I have a feeling you just might. So, nearly the entire terrain is mounted. Now you'd think, Matt, your whole deck's nearly full of winged beasts. That means you're gonna get a terrain boost. You're absolutely right, I am. But unfortunately, so is mine. Now I'm gonna play it very cool, and I'm just gonna get rid of that, and put that down. And I'm gonna just put it right in the corner, ready for when I summon all my winged beasts. Now the unfortunate thing is it also boosts up any monsters, any winged beast monsters your opponent has, which could cause a problem for us. So we're gonna have to be careful with this one. I think I'm going to again put down. I'm going to use Dark Shade, just to get rid of the card. I don't think it's going to be very useful. She's already powering things up. This is not going to go very well. This could go really, really badly, real fast. Okay, we got Dancing Elf. Right. I'm going to wait yet another turn, and we'll see what happens. I just need to make a really, really powerful monster, and hopefully she just won't be able to beat it. But she's also going to make an equally as powerful monster, which is not going to be fun. It should make Dark Elf, Dark Witch again. Okay, it's not too bad. It's got the terrain boost at least, 2300. I don't think it's going to beat the card that she powered up though, because if that's a winged beast, that's had a 1000 attack boost. So it could be a bit of a problem here. Let's get rid of that and that. Oh, it's fusing. Okay. Oh, okay. It's not too bad. 2100 attack. I'll take that. I'm gonna have a look at what cards that. I'm gonna look at the cards that I used to fuse it actually, because that's not too bad a card. I used a Fiend and a Beast. Okay, that's okay. I can deal with that. Right. We need to think about this. $2,100. I really hope this goes okay. Oh no, why did you have to fuse? Okay, that's alright. 2,550, right, okay. There's a chance Mai will attack soon. Because she's building up all her cards. She's gonna... Okay, she's leaving it there. That's quite interesting. I thought she would, I thought she'd advance with that card, seeing as it's... I'm assuming it's very powerful. Right, let's power up my fairy. Oh no. Oh dear. Ah, that went really wrong there. Okay, so basically I made a big faux pas then. When you're fusing, the order you pick, actually if the fusion doesn't work out or if the card's not compatible, it literally just gets rid of it. And we literally got rid of our Dark Witch, which was very silly thing to do. I hope that's not going to come back and bite us later on. Oh dear. That is going to be a very powerful card. Very powerful card. And if that's a winged beast, I'm going to power it up even more when I use my spell. That is not good at all. That's no good. That card could have like 4,000 attack. And if it does, I don't think I can beat that. So let's start praying. Oh no, another fusion. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Oh well. So interesting thing is, in this game, when you get rid of cards in your hand, you actually draw the amount you got rid of, so you always have 5. In normal Yu-Gi-Oh, no matter how many cards you use, you only draw 1. So you can actually get rid of a load of rubbish in your deck this way. Okay, so we can make a Crimson Sunbird. I'm going to wait one more turn, make the Crimson Sunbird, and then I think we're going to have to, you know, think about attacking. And we just got to pray that monster there in the bottom right corner is not ridiculously overpowered, although it got fused and then it had 2 power-ups added to it, so it's not going to be weak. That's for sure. We'll have to see what happens. So my Sunbird's got 2,800. That's, you know, that's not bad, to be fair. I should have saved my power up for the Crimson Sunbird, but we all make mistakes. So I'm going to activate my spell card now, because I might as well. Please don't power up that one. Oh no, it powered it up. Oh dear. Okay. Of course it did. Now we've really got to just... It's literally a case of... If she's got a single monster that can beat my highest monster, we are in trouble. That's one of my monsters already gone. Okay. Are we going to get attacked again? Yes, we are. Oh, my Sunbird just beats her Punished Eagle. Thank God for that. Thank God. Oh no. Oh God, okay. 4,000 attack, I knew it. And she just powered up her Harpy Pet Dragon. Right, okay. So for stars I need to get rid of that. I just have to, it's too dangerous to keep on the field. Right, we're gonna have to really think about this now. We'll drop that and that. We'll move Chimera into Moon Envy. So I don't I don't think, unless I've got another equip in my deck, there's no way I'm going to be able to beat her Harpy Lady Sisters there. So we're going to have to draw. We're going to have to draw an equip card. Another fusion. The card in front of us is Harpy's Pet Dragon, and it's got another attack boost. Are you serious? Are you serious? That's gonna have absolutely ridiculous attack. I'm gonna have to move that back. It's too dangerous. And I can't use a card. Brilliant. I'm gonna have to move that to the side. Oh, this is... I have a feeling this is just gonna be over. Because she's actually extremely powerful, seeing as she's only the third duelist. I mean, 4,000 attack. You know, that's insane. Of course, I didn't get a an equip. Got to move that back as well. Got to put down all these cards because literally none of them are going to be able to help me. I have a feeling that Harpy Pet Dragon's going to have, you know, absolutely insane attack. It's going to have like 5,000 or something silly. There's no way you can beat that. There just isn't. You know. That's what I meant about, you know, the first two were easy. This is another level. You know. Got to put that in defense. Got to move that. Sure, why not? Let's make another Crimson Sunbird. It's going to get killed, but what choice do we have? I mean, you know, effort and futility, really. No, Power Dragon stood no chance. Absolute no chance whatsoever there. It's just not gone very well. I'm literally, you know, there's not a lot I can do here, you know. Put that in defense. I can move that there. I can put my other Crimson Sunbird here, but it's not gonna matter. Oh dear. Okay, now I need to put a card down there because I moved over. Whoops. I have a feeling she's gonna kill my Sunbird though, easily. Yep, just gonna get rid of Baby Dragon. Gone. Just gonna attack my Sunbird. 4,300 attack. Okay. I haven't got anything that can beat that. So it's game over. I mean, I've literally... I'd have to have another 1,000 attack just to beat it, and you know, there's no chance. There's nothing I can do really. So we're just gonna have to end our turn and take the loss, which is a shame. There's you know, there's just no way you can beat 4,000 on the third Duelist. There's just no way unless you use passwords. There's no way. So yeah, because we lost, you don't get the slot machine. It's, you know, it's it. Very unfortunate. So yeah, I think we're going to call it a day there, to be honest. We've done the first 3. Well, I say first 3. We've played 3. We haven't completed the first 3. We've beaten Taya with pretty much ease. We beat Tristan with ease, and then Maya just came along and showed us what's what. Even with a winged beast deck, I still couldn't take advantage of the terrain. So I mean, I don't know how people that don't even use dragons or winged beast beat Maya without the passwords. Because that was insane. 4,000, over 4,000 attack. You know, Blue Eyes can't beat that. Dark Magician can't beat that. About the only cards in the game that can actually beat that is like Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, 5-headed dragon. I don't even know if that's